Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Grigsby's War in the East. I'm here with another episode, turn 45, April 26, 1942. We can see that, at least in terms of events, nothing much has changed, and I am quite confident, and indeed is so. Not much has changed on the ground either. No attacks by my opponent. I didn't get pushed back there. Actually, just abandoned that singular hex. My opponent has some pretty hefty reinforcements behind there. I wouldn't be surprised if it was for push east. What I've done off screen is I went through the airface, and then I also basically got all the support units that are again below 60 off the map, and put everything on refit, stuff like that, at least all the stuff that was needed. Send all the tank brigades off to the reserve, so there's that too. Now the only thing that's a problem still is Northern Front's naval units, so we'll send some patrol there. And maybe some recon too, because that doesn't count actually. Only patrol does. And I think the torpedo bombers might. We should send these two. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Now we have that done. Let's take a look at the east. It's again at 106. So I can actually take some off. I would like to take a look at some of these though, because I do think we'd be pretty well off dealing with it properly. For example, I have too many bombers, which I can then send back. Currently at 15. Interesting about night fighters. I don't have that many, but I'm having some there. Right, let's just keep it like that. Construction units is also too high. So I'll send some to the map, especially this rail construction unit. Construction can go down quite a bit. Construction. And then suddenly it's super low. Okay, well that's great. I don't have any construction units here, so... oh well. I'm at 103, which in itself is fine. I can send a few artillery pieces from the reserve. That would actually help, but I'd rather just only send core artillery and not really mortars. We hear 104 and air days 222, so that means I can send some to the reserves here, and I definitely will. Also get some of these I-16s out there so I can switch them up in the reserves. 178. 163. Mm-hmm. 124. And that's 99. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. It's too low again. Really like that. let's go up and get some yaks back into the Trans-Caucasus. They'll be there next turn. It's okay. So that's a Dev 104, so that's fine. Then we're at 101 and 118. That means I still need to send more ground forces up to the north. Straight up, because I do need 110% in the northern front. And if I have some naval, I also send them there. There's no combat, so I'm not gonna lose any units. 48. Let's send one more naval brigade. Perfect. Okay. Now I'll be looking to make more tank war here, obviously. One, two, three. And since all those tank brigade units will have to arrive next turn, I will wait a bit. Making only 3 currently, it's actually fine. I'm not particularly in a rush to get all of them there. And they need to rest and refit either which way, so... They're actually quite a high TOE already. That's quite funny. Well, let's set them to the map then. At 91, that's not bad actually. 11th tank corps, 5th tank corps, nice. 71 can be on refit. 9th tank corps. 6th tank corps, 7th. You're not ready. But 4th tank corps is. And these 3 left rest and refit. I'll keep the motorized brigades there. The weird thing is, if I say I want to make a rifle division, that's not how that works. Well, the ones that are at high numbers here, I can technically transfer them to the map and then stick them onto tank corps, so that those tank corps will become quite a bit beefier. They'll get like 3 more combat value. I do dare say that I wouldn't mind that. And that means I can put all of these on refit at the moment because they're not particularly juicy. I do like my light rifle brigades a bit more now, I guess. I think I should be able to turn them into a supporting unit. But then... there doesn't seem to be all that much difference. there any other ones? Doesn't seem to be that way. I really hate this scrolling mechanism. Come on. Okay, so those above 90 can go to the map. The rest should stay on. Those below 85 should stay on refed, just right where they are, which is most of these. No need to send them out at that point. And this is pretty much fine. I know I have a bunch of units in here, but I'm sending out the tank corps, so that helps at least. It's not too bad. Alright, well, basically there's no real moving forward at this point. I do have the 7th Reserve Army here that is just digging in. Making sure that this is going okay. 12th Army is looking fine here with 49th on the refit. Then you're on refit. None of them really got a whole lot bunch of units. Nope. Whereas here, you should be put on already. All of them should be put on ready, and the only funny thing is that technically I can go here. I think it's worth looking. You see, I do think that's actually pretty interesting. You're not isolated, right? No, they are not. The good thing about this is that it means he will have to get more forces down here, which I kind of like because he has this pretty much his double stack. I can technically even go into this hex. Then I cannot go out. Let's see though. I do get my best units. I do like being a bit adventurous, and on something like this, this is actually a pretty reasonable attack. Not this one. Though it does take a port and airfield. Interesting that no support units can be assigned for any of them. It takes a very long time for them to realize that too, though. Just go up there. That's okay. Don't mind that. Doesn't give me that much better movement to get across, unfortunately, because the Nicopole's in the way. Now, I could technically get my motorized unit, maybe even the cavalry corps. Yes, I can. Where do I want to put them? Because their defense is such that they wouldn't necessarily immediately get blown away. It's just that I might want to make it into a double stack. And then the question is, do I want to go here or here? Let's just go up here. See how my opponent deals with that. Obviously he has such huge numbers there that it's not completely unlikely that he will try to do some shenanigans. He can even just bring something like a motorized here and try to beat them off, but the thing is that at least it puts my opponent on edge a little bit, and I just like pulling a sneaky like this. I don't know how much this man unit is supposed to get, but if my opponent is feeling like he's on the back foot already, and I can also, for example, attack here with quite a few forces. Actually, I probably even want to do that, but let's just get these units here because I want to attack this as a weakest link. And then I will not attack with the cavalry corps. 52 to 8, huh? 2 infantry divisions, sure. That wasn't my intention. They did, however, retreat. Which is still nice. I might even be able to attack these 2 infantry divisions. I can't exploit this, although this certainly is his weakest position, I would say. The units here are inadequate for the attack upon these, but I will attack those. Now, I don't want to say that I'm writing off the units that are here. Because that is most definitely not what I'm doing. But I am fully aware that this that me attacking with all of these guys out there is exceedingly risky. But preferably I'll try to keep some of the initiative to myself here. Again, this is across the river, this is gonna be tough. Whoa, okay, I'm not making it then. Okay. That's excessive. I guess it's like icy still. Okay. So that means I still can't really push that hard. Let's just see how things develop down here and what my opponent will do about it. He'll probably just send like 3 of those guys down here to hold the fort, but we'll see. Alright, well that seriously failed. It does not look like there are any other even close to attempting to attack kind of targets. The only one where I can potentially see even like a minor skirmish was these, but I don't even have a 3-to-1. And if I don't even have that, then there's just absolutely no way. If I get these, that's another 16, 24. Who would lead the charge then? Konstantin Gulbuyev, but he's just a 5. 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. Jesus. What a freaking nightmare. I don't see myself taking that. Any other forward movement? I'm not attacking either of those at this point either. No. And I do have a bunch of units here, of course, as it is. That's rather weak. 2-7? Really? In this situation? I know you have 59 combat power. Okay, well, I guess let the reshuffling begin, because As it is, again, I'll just take out the units which are below 10,000, put them on refit. Or even units like these. This looks fine. And that's fine. Might just as well put you on refit here, 89. It's not even like really bad. Having level 3 forts, I'm sure helps too. Sometimes my game runs really slow. Top 11, top 11. That's looking great. I needed some new forces that will go and help out there, at least one of them. These will, let's take over 265th. This is still refitting, huh? Do like reshuffling like that because that will make it easier for the units that are weaker to get back to refitting. 2 and also 8-2. Let's put you on refit, you in here. And that's it for First Shock Army. Next up, 32nd Army has at least these to reshuffle here. Refit. Both of these from the 4th Reserve. We'll take over these two from the 32nd. Refit there. I'm gonna put these to the side so more units can stay out there. Tough part about this area, of course, is the poor rail, but I do have one rail line here. Question is whether I want to try and break through here on this side already with this one being weak, or that I want to go straight for Andreapol. I might just want to go straight for Andreapol, but the weather is not helping me out yet. Okay, next up, 56th Army. Do you need some reorganization? The answer is yes, for 1 unit. And I can immediately put a unit like this under the 56th. Next, 33rd Army. Looking fine. And these are also looking fine. So this is 11th. I'll also get some tank corps here to exploit this region. So basically, which one is getting here now? The 6th Reserve Army. With this guy. Well, I'll give him Rokossovsky up here. And you can bet that I'm gonna give him armor. So this is 6th Reserve Army. It's a bit weird to be attacking with the 6th Reserve Army, but it doesn't matter. My opponent has not shown any interest in doing recon there. So I don't actually think he can see that area. Okay, I will get also 3 Soviet tank corps there. To exploit potential breakthrough. And some of these are under the 10th Reserve Army, which is out here. I guess I will send those as well. But this one not particularly strong here, so I'll have one of them out there like that. But I do think this is a reasonably large enough unit or grouping that they can try and attack down there. Let's get this tank corps in there as well. Then we'll have 4 tank corps trying to exploit whatever breach we'll get down here. Moving further down. And even if I just only get like a smaller piece like this, that already puts these guys in more jeopardy here. Right, well, I'm gonna take a quick break for now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Alright, back, and I pretty much reorganized everything. Not that much going on, but I'll briefly go through it. Of course, still got these guys crossing the river. We'll see what my opponent does with that. I'm kind of hoping to take this port, potentially building on that, but at least it's something in his flank there. Like I said, just I want to keep this as a second line at the very least, so I'll get units to dig in there. He's very likely to go and attack in this area over that way. It doesn't really look like a major encirclement yet, but I do expect certainly a bunch of divisions being encircled at some point here. You know, he might try to move from here and maybe like here, and then try to go for a big encirclement, something like this. But he's certainly having a very large amount of forces here. So I'll have to take care of that, or I'm keeping it into consideration, which is also why I'm keeping some reserves here. Things like that. Not that interested in full-blown attacking just yet, but if he needs to get some armor down here to deal with it, or even just anything, because he has 3 units here, 3 units here. They might be Romanians, but I'm not sure. He doesn't seem to be looking to attack over in these areas. So I'm still building up here. I have the entire 9th Reserve Army now full. I have 1st Reserve Army entirely full here as well, and 3rd Reserve Army. So we have 3 reserve armies that are going to, you know, try to fight in this particular area at some point. But what's that? I'm basically just indeed building up in this area as well to go and attack down there. I've been thinking about here, but the problem is still that there's just this one single rail line, and I think rather I'd be looking towards Veliki Luki here, trying to get there. That cuts off at least one rail line to Rzhev if he has that up, which he might. Striking now also means I don't have to fight that badly through these woods, because it'd be pretty tough to get through those woods anyway. Right, so rest stays the same. Let's go over the metrics real quick. I already took care of these, so we should be seeing changes there soon enough. There's also nothing more that I can send to the map here. No. Except this airborne brigade, I'll transfer it to Northern Front. I also distributed the support units that I could with Stavka. Looking at losses for this turn, not a lot of access losses, but also not on my side, so we're both building up pretty much. Victory points, initiative, high watermarks on victory points, total men, total guns, yeah. Total AFVs, total aircraft, mapmen. Actually went down here quite a bit. It's pretty strange. Oh, it's because I sent so many units to the reserve. That's what it is, because there's no drop in total men. Yeah, map men, map guns, map AFVs, map aircraft, manpower losses, gun losses, AFV losses. There we go, fuel stores. Going down a bit faster here, funnily enough, but supply stores, resources, manpower pool, most important I would say at the moment. I mean, the less this is, the less men my opponent can send to the front here. Yeah, and then armaments. Also still going up for my opponent. Sadly, my opponent still has plenty of production in general. I mean, he's not even retreating in Africa yet. Yeah, so we're not even at the part where the Germans are supposed to retreat. Things will take a while. Not a lot of production will be lost in Africa either. But I guess with the bombing, eventually things might start racking up, especially if my opponent starts getting like Atlantic Wall, where he needs to have a lot of forces in the west, or at least Dieppe raid also means he needs a bit more there. Either way, I'll wrap things up for this one. Thanks for watching. All right. I'm trying to get as many, or at least 110 in Northern Front, and then I'll send some units away. I still have some rifle divisions here they can still send to the map, so that is certainly that. Oh really? That's in terms of construction. It's Guards Engineer Sapper Battalion. This is ridiculous. Why? Let's actually take a look at renaming. "10% of mountain infantry is the guards." Really? I don't see no mountain units here. I have a sensation that those guards mountain units turn into regular guards. But oh well. Mountain infantry guards percentage. there's probably no guard status kind of thing. Let's check the highest morale because they're very likely to be guards. Guards rifle. No, I don't see it. Oh well. Gonna wrap things up. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.